Tom Spies. I'm the corporate director of marketing for a company called Southern States, and we're based in Hampton, Georgia, just south of Atlanta. Southern States is a company that serves the electric utility industry. What we pride ourselves on is innovation, talking to the customers, getting to know the customer well, having that relationship, finding out where their problems are. The utility industry is kind of in a unique stage right now. Most of the infrastructure was built in the 50s. One thing that's clearly changed is requirements, the customers, the way you communicate with people. So that's been part of the challenge of the job. How do we understand our sales process, and how do we build a better process? And so we started searching, and we had looked at CRMs and things before, and we ended up sitting down with our consultant, Altavi, and basically going through that whole process. We implemented Salesforce. Then we started looking back at, okay, how are we doing quotations? How do we build in the different stages and integrate that into the Salesforce program so that it was all one package and one seamless approach?
We went to a couple Salesforce events. We looked at who the competitors were for CPQ. And many of them were quickly eliminated. And the reason they were eliminated was that Southern States is very complex. They have over 250,000 SKUs. Some of their products have 16 factorial combinations. Now, to put that in perspective, I believe that's 2.14 to the 13th power. So that's a big number of combinations. And a lot of the competitors were just weeded out because their products were really very simple, maybe more for mom and pop, maybe geared more for the low end of the market. And we needed something that was complex, sophisticated, that would handle ad hoc adding of products.
The product we make is highly engineered for the utility industry. There are factorial level of combinations of the device, so it's a very complex product. What Revy CPQ does for us, it's become a very valuable tool for the salesperson to have in front of him a lot of that knowledge that for him to get prior to this tool, he would have to go back, talk to engineers, have to go back to previous quotes, have to go see what somebody else has done, ask a lot of questions. So it saves a lot of time, and just like anything else, sales is relationships. And if you're spending all your time putting quotes together and doing research, you're not building relationships. So this allows them to have more time with the customer. With Revy CPQ, it cuts to 20 to 30 minutes most, depending on the specification. If I know the spec, it could be as little as 10 minutes. You know, when we get into larger quotes where you have blankets, you could have 100 line items. And so configuring 100 line items can take quite a long time if you have to issue a Word document, do cost sheets. So that's weeks. Fewer mistakes on quotations and proposals, and more detail for sure, and faster turnaround time. The salespeople that are actively using it right now are extremely happy with it. It's much simpler than what they've done before. We've had a couple people, one gentleman who was with us, took some time off to be with family for a year, came back, and we gave it to him, and he did a quote, and he didn't have to think twice. He was able to go right through it and make where his first comment was, "This is awesome."